Writing as J.D. Robb, best-selling author Nora Roberts joined forces with fellow writers Mary Blayney, Ruth Ryan Langan, and Mary Kay McComas in the anthology Suite 606. We caught up with the ladies, all good friends off the page, and asked them about paranormal storytelling and exactly how they each met.
We love doing these anthologies.
I do.
For
Yes.
Berkeley, and with the little paranormal bent. So I know when I start, usually all I need to sort of get going is the umbrella title.
Yeah,
that
Leslie
often
gives
our
us.
wonderful editor, Leslie Gelman, comes up with an umbrella title, and we go from there. I approach these pretty much as I approach any, which is completely organic rather than, the seat of the pants is what it really is.
Yeah.
But organic sounds fancier. And I don't know
Yeah,
how everybody else.
Characters, I just let them play.
yeah, I do
through
too.
my head, and because this is pure fantasy,
Yeah.
It's
No
so
rules.
much fun.
No
No
rules.
rules.
Yeah.
No
Even the
boundaries.
there's and anything. Vampire has they can turn to dust in the sunshine, or they can glisten like diamonds, or they can just get really sick. You make your own rules as you go. I
Isn't that
love
fun?
it. Yes,
Yeah.
it's so much fun.
Well,
to
yeah,
do.
that's one of the things about paranormal is to be able to play with
Yeah.
those elements.
Yeah, make it up.
Well, mine are always character-driven, but in the 100-page context, I really try and sit down. It's the only place I don't do seat of the pants.
Yeah.
And I try and write out the scenes to make sure I'm going to be able to get everything I want in the 100 pages. So
Yeah,
it's a little
Yeah.
different process for
Well,
me.
a lot of people think because they're short, they're easier. But all these same elements have to be there. They just have to.
Yeah.
You just have to make every word count.
Yeah.
So novellas can be even harder.
Yeah.
They
still a
take less
complete
time.
story.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Got to have a beginning, middle, and ending, and it's got to be a satisfying ending.
Yeah.
Well, I love that the umbrella can be as much or as little as we want it to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
And you know what's the best? That we're all such good friends that we just sort of know
Yeah.
what everybody's thinking, and it just works. It's just fun.
So, Ruth, have you known Nora longer than Mary Kay?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
have I?
Yes.
Well, golly.
1980.
Oh yeah.
So tell us something about her we don't know.
1981. The first year,
1981?
first RWA conference,
Yeah.
Where was it?
Yeah.
and the Houston.
Houston, Texas.
What year?
Houston.
1981.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had both just sold our first book.
Yeah.
So tell us something about her we don't know.
At that time, very shy,
Oh God, painfully shy.
painfully shy. We both felt like total outsiders.
Yeah.
Like we didn't belong, and everybody in that room knew everybody, and there
Yeah,
we were.
they're all like they are
Oh,
here,
they are.
and this was the first. How do these people know each other?
Yeah, they knew editors, they knew agents, and we would go, that's an editor,
Yeah.
that's an agent.
Oh my God.
And we were just standing in the corner, just feeling like total liars. We
Yeah.
didn't belong there, we were fakes, but we were gonna fake it.
All these years, and we used to travel together for these little dog and
yeah.
pony shows
Oh
that
my
we did.
gosh.
How to write a romance, and I was single at the time, right? And she's married, 5
Very
children, and I'm single. And we would go down to the bar to have a drink, and all the guys would hit on Ruth. I was like invisible. And I'm like,
Stop telling these stories. Stop right now.
Ruth would just, flick, 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 go
Yeah.
away.
Go
And
away.
I'm like, flick them my way.
My husband's very tall.
Yeah, we were
Yes.
talking about that analogy I did once about Pat Gaffney, Ruth, and Mary Kay about the glass is half empty or half full.
Yeah.
And with Ruth, the glass is not only full, but it is fountaining up, and diamond drops, and fairies are dancing on the diamonds, and with Pat, the glass is not only half empty, but it's cracked, and it's dripping on the floor, and it's actually poison, and the cat drinks it and dies. And Mary Kay is like, well, I have my glass, let me get you one. Can I get that glass for you? Can I pour you more?
It's only half full, let me fill it up.
Yeah, let me fill it up for you. Yeah.
She does nail us, doesn't she?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty good, yeah.
For the Lost, I like the umbrella title of the Lost, and I immediately, with Eve Dallas and being a cop and all of that, my first thought was missing person, because they're lost. But she's a homicide lieutenant, so how do I? how do I make that work? And then, you know, I thought, well, we'll do something on the Staten Island ferry, and like, how could you get lost out, you know, out there on the ferry, and then played with that, made it a possible homicide case, and then, yes, it is a homicide case, but initially we just had someone who was lost. So that was just kind of,
It worked.
you know, that was, working within the parameters of the in-death world, this seemed to be the best direction to go.
I have a woman whose life turns out to have been a total lie. All her history, everything she ever thought about her parents, her grandparents, might be a lie. She doesn't know who to believe, but a rich old man, suddenly his lawyer shows up to say that she might be his lost granddaughter. Well, no, I can't be. I knew my grandparents. I know my parents. And she's forced into going along because she's destitute. She's taken a long time to nurse her mother through an illness, and he's going to pay her handsomely if she'll just go to Ireland and hear a story. So she does. And we have this wonderful adventure, and that was all I had in my mind when I started, was just, let's have an adventure in Ireland. And it just flowed for me. It was a great, I just loved it. I loved writing it. I had a very satisfying ending, which always pleases me. So that's The Lost.
Well, I wasn't in The Lost, but Pat Gaffney, our friend Pat
Yeah,
Gaffney
good job.
was. And I think her story is about a woman who dies and comes back as a dog.
Yes, the
And
dog.
I'm
As a
dying,
dog?
comes back as a dog. I'm dying to read it.
Oh, yeah.
I am
me
too.
Yeah.
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 I'm sure it'll be hilarious.
So it'll all be from, as far as I know,
I mean,
from the
she's
heroine.
definitely lost in a dog.
Yes.
So.
The heroine, who has now been reincarnated as a dog, all from her, mostly from her point of view.
Yeah.
That's a
So
hoot.
it should be.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be very
incredibly
funny.
entertaining.
That's fun.
And mine is called Lost in Paradise, and it's sort of a Beauty and the Beast. It is a Beauty and the Beast story. The hero has been cursed for 200 years, trapped on this island in the Caribbean. So he dates from the Regency, and he can only use things that were invented, had already been invented in the Regency.
Yeah.
So he
Cool.
can read contemporary newspapers and books.
Yeah.
He can write letters, you know.
Yeah.
But he can use a pen. I mean, that was a little touchy. Quills, well, okay, he can use a pen.
But he can't
has-
watch TV
He can't
or-
watch TV, he can't listen to music.
Yeah.
He can play the piano. So that was a fun part of the world
Yeah.
building. And of course, we're waiting for true love to break the curse.
Right.
He doesn't know that, but I did.
Yeah.
So this lovely, very innocent young woman named Isabel comes to the island to do medical work, and the story takes off from there.
I conceived this idea for a book set on the Northern California coast. It's very wild. I thought if I put my Drake sisters there, it would be the perfect combination. I have always sort of had an interest in the supernatural and vampires and witches and all kinds of things. I think the world's a big place and a lot of strange things happen in it.
To learn more about Christine Feehan, the Drake sisters, and the new novel Hidden Currents, visit ChristineFeehan.com.